Hi, my name is Danielle Marissa Ryer, and I've worked in healthcare, disability, and advocacy for basically my entire career. I have advocated not only for my entire career, but also by necessity. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't put in the emotional labor to show who I am, what I can do, and to talk about what I need, because if I didn't push for what I needed, I would have been swept under the rug and have had no chance for people to meet me halfway in a system that I'm disadvantaged in. There are so many stereotypes about autistic people, including that we don't have empathy or that our disabilities are what stop us. I have been interrogated about my ability to be empathetic without being given a chance to see what I can do for others. I took this upon myself to demonstrate because talking alone cannot change societal attitudes, if at all, if ever. And you can convince some people of your strength, but not everybody. You can be the most perfect, make no mistakes. You can be the penultimate human doing, but you can still just not impress some people who are just committed to misunderstanding. So even then, I had to do what it took to be strong anyway. I managed to pull through and grow with people who are willing to grow with me, and be compassionate towards myself, who didn't necessarily believe in myself all of the time. And I wanted to share something with you. Look what came in the mail today. This is a master's degree in social work. I spent 4.5 years earning this. A shiny degree that proves something. I spent countless nights crying, waking up early to do assignments. That's 4.5 years of being a human doing. I had to drag myself to placement despite my personal struggles to perform for my clients who needed me. And being angry about the system that honestly I could never change if I tried, because it's way bigger than just me. It's way bigger than just you. It's way bigger than all of us collectively. And ultimately, still, I had the responsibility to choose to stick with this. And is this field supposed to be anti-racist and for the development and advancement of minorities? Yes. And yet, does this field struggle with white supremacy, sexism, racism, ableism, transphobia, homophobia, and hatred of all other minorities? Also, yes. And that's often a feature, not a bug, as a good friend always says. But all I could do was not be complicit when I saw it and call it out. And be defiant where I needed to be. And I had to let go of other people's opinions when they didn't serve the mission, and remind myself of who I am and that I can't change anyone. I can't change the way things are fundamentally, but I can be a safe space. I can only truly work to protect those I can within a system that won't protect them. I also had to let go of what people said about my work if it didn't help improve it. And I had to work with people who would align with my mission to support minorities and try to educate the people that were educatable. I don't like being perfect, so I'm going to just leave that unedited. So because social workers are not taken seriously, I often suffered in silence, anger, and resentment. I even thought about quitting before I finished because I knew I couldn't really change a thing just by myself. But you know what? It didn't matter. Ultimately, it changed me and changed my perspective of what needs to be changed. Me. That I need to stand up for what I believe in, even if I don't think it's going to make a dramatic change. Because it can make a dramatic change for one person. And at the end of the day, that one person's life was better because I helped them, or because my colleague helped them, or because I offered advice to a colleague that that colleague then used to support their clients, and that created a ripple effect. So we may not be able to change the system, but we're able to change so much just by trying. And we're able to protect a lot of the people who feel vulnerable and are vulnerable. And in a way, isn't that changing the world? Even if we can't change the structures by just click, it's something, I hope. And ultimately, what I've learned through my journey, is that my own change can be a process, a valid process. And I deserve the time and energy it takes to build a life that I want to live, just as my clients unconditionally deserve. You know what else, though? I was always a badass. And I would have been a badass even if I quit. Because badasses take control of what they can. I was always a stubborn badass who refused to let an oppressive system keep me from at least trying. I learned that I can do that in so many ways, and that I'm not confined to just one role, one responsibility, one professional persona. I am who I am, and through my journey, I learned that if I want to change something about myself, I have the power to do it. And I'm not only a social worker, I'm also a comedian. Sometimes all we can really truly do is laugh and contribute where we can. Where we can't fix society in our day, we can do our due diligence to undermine power by laughing at it. And as a final thought, I didn't get the same protection as a child that I offer to my clients. No, I was subject to bullying as an attempt to normalize me. But you know what? Isn't it great that it didn't work? I learned to laugh, sing, play, be myself, and live to see the product of my emotional labor. And you know what the other product of my emotional labor is? Smile. And here's to you. Thank you for listening. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day.